Well, good evening, tribe. Let me see if I can pull the live up with you guys. How are you tonight? Hello, hello, hello. I am coming to you in my bathrobe from my bed. And I feel like there was an important thing that happened. First of all, I don't know, my woo-woo crew can tell me what on earth is going on out there, because all of my clients are having the most powerful breakthroughs. Literally today, when I was on the calls with my clients, it was just massive breakthrough after I mean, these people just show up and get it done. It's just been incredible. So here's what happened today. I realized that people don't know how this really works. And I thought, why not just be super blunt about it? Like, why don't I just actually tell you guys what goes on behind the scenes? So one of my clients, jumped into one of my high-end trainings, and this is how it actually works. Like, this is the stuff I watch and the stuff that I've walked through. Hi guys, say hello when you're on. Let's see, what's the hashtag for today? Hashtag, breakthrough. That's what it is. It's just hashtag breakthrough today. If you're on the replay, hashtag breakthrough. Hi Morgan, hi guys, thanks for being on. Okay, so I really feel like you guys will like this insight. Some of you may have experienced this and know what I'm talking about. And if you do, hashtag amen. And some of you may not have actually experienced this or had a chance to witness something like this, right? So I have this client. She hops into one of my high-end programs, and she ends up, where are we? We're like a month in. It's an 8-week program. So it's a two-month program. We're a month in, and she decides to launch a mastermind. Now, mind you, she's also pregnant, like significantly pregnant. She decides to launch a mastermind. And of course, we hop on the call today and she's hemming and hawing about it. She's feeling unsure about it. She's not sure, like, really, should I have done that? I have this current program that's, whatever. A lot of the things that come up for everybody. So, I coach her through that. I tell her stories about things that have supported me when I was launching something or doing something. And I felt like, maybe like, who am I to do this? Those kind of feelings, those kind of thoughts. Now, first of all, she just had the balls to create the mastermind and just put it out there without any kind of proof or evidence that anybody would want it or that it was going to work or that, it would feel good for her to do it or any of the above. She just launched the mastermind. Then the other thing that we talked about was, and like this is what goes on. This is why having mentorship is so incredibly powerful, right? So the first thing that we talk about is, what happens if the mastermind doesn't succeed? What happens if she screws something up? And I literally talk to her about all the powerful things that helped me to be able to, run retreats in Bali when I hadn't even traveled that much before, or launch a mastermind, a high-end mastermind, or, high-end packaging priced and, groups and stuff like that, right? So I coach her through that and just breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. And she's like, oh my God, I get it. This is true. Then we talk about the fact that she's severely pregnant, and severely is how I refer to it. Only the moms will understand that. Hi, Laura. How are you, sister? So then we talk about the fact that she's pregnant and she wants to run a live event, but she feels like her clothes don't fit her right, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, girl, I never had clothes that fit me right. I'm 5'11". My legs are up to my armpits. I have size F boobs, right? Like, I'm just going to say the thing, whatever. It doesn't matter. And clothes don't fit me, right? Like, they literally don't fit me. But yeah, I run high-end live events all the time. And that was my computer. And I just reminded her that shit doesn't matter. So here's what happens, right? And I just want you guys to notice, right? I'm not talking about my coaching with her. This, of course, any coach who's already walked through is going to be able to give you all the one-liner and bombs that are just going to scale you through the stuff really fast, because we've already done it. We already worked through all of these things and have experience on the other side, right? So what happens was, just from having the courage to launch a mastermind, then by having made a decision for herself to opt into a program in a group that resonated with her, then showing up on the call and telling the truth, like, this is what I'm concerned about, or this is like, talking about things that really matter and that are really actually holding her back, just telling the truth, right? And then what happens? Oh, she gets interviewed, and on the interview, she decides that she's on the interview, and then all of a sudden this woman asks her, because she goes on the interview with the clothes that don't fit good, feeling like she doesn't have, a shower and everything perfect. And she does the interview anyway. And then the lady asks if she'll, do extra stuff. Will she talk about her mastermind to the whole entire group of people that she hops on a mastermind? And just like that, everything starts to flow. If she had just decided the week before that she wasn't ready, or she wasn't, good enough to start the mastermind, or she wasn't good enough to, step into the role that she's stepping into, if she wasn't good enough to invest the amount of money that she invested in, if she had decided that she had to look perfect before she could go on a live, or she had to have the perfect fitting clothes before she did the interview, if she had decided any of those things, which, by the way, any human being could use as an excuse at any given moment, then this huge, massive breakthrough that happened in her life wouldn't have happened. It literally just wouldn't have happened. And this is what happens on the back end when you see people and you're like, oh, like, how did she do that? Okay, before the breakthrough happened, she invested in a high-end program before she had any proof that it was going to happen. Then she told the truth. Then she stepped out and did something that was scary, and she had no idea if it was going to work. Then she was willing to let herself be seen in her raw, beautiful glory, being pregnant, not having clothes that fit, her makeup wasn't done, hair wasn't done, whatever it is. I'm sitting in my bathrobe, laying in my bed with you guys, right? Like, letting it just be what it is, and then all of a sudden, bam, breakthrough. This is not luck. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is not like a lucky thing that happens. This is what happens on the back end when you wonder how people make it. This is the stuff that's going on. They're taking brave, bold action and backing themselves without any evidence or proof that it's going to work. And it takes courage to do it. It takes courage to lead in that kind of position. And it's the small things that a coach will do for you, right? Like, here's an example. One of the things that I taught her was, let's say you launch an online program, right? Like, let's say the Brave Live Challenge that I'm launching right now. I have my Diamond Mastermind clients who join in there. So no matter what, I'm always running the program. My private one-on-one clients, they get access for free too. So I'm always running the program. But before I gave other people access to everything I do, if I launched a program and nobody joined, you wouldn't know that. How would you know if anybody joined my program or not? You assume that people join. But what if I launched something and nobody joined and it fell flat? Nobody would even know. So it's the small things like that. Like, okay, but if you launch this, nobody's going to have any clue that nobody joined. Then it was like, well, what if only one person is there? And I laughed at her and I said, oh, the live event I have coming up that I keep forgetting to tell people about, which, by the way, is November 22nd and 23rd here in Sarasota, 100% us sitting in the room, connecting, filling our soul back up, and working through any single thing that you have going on that you haven't been able to break through. Every single one of them. We're going to spend 2 days together breaking through anything you've not been able to break through. Any pattern, any behavior that you either aren't stepping into or can't get yourself to stop doing. I don't care if it's weight. I don't care if it's romance. I don't care if it's money. I don't care if it's business. I don't care if it's being seen, a relationship, doesn't matter. Anything that you have going on, that's what we're focused on and breaking through at the live event here in Sarasota at the Westin Sarasota. So if you're interested, PM me, let me know. It's very affordable. But anyways, I started laughing. I was like, yeah, I only have one person at the live event. And wouldn't that be funny? Now, here's the thing I told her, right? Like, this is the stuff that just these small things, when you have a coach or you have a mentor who's done this stuff, it's these small things that create such powerful breakthrough that I always have had someone doing for me as well, right? And it's an honor for me to be able to do that for my clients now. So then I said to her, so first we cleared up the pattern of, what if something doesn't sell? Like, who's going to know? Girl, we wish people were paying attention to us enough to be like, oh, did someone get in our program? Nobody cares. They're worried about their own stuff. Ain't nobody paying attention that much. We'll be so lucky to have people paying attention to us that much, right? So now it was like, okay, well, what if there's only one person in the group? And I was like, okay, so let's say that this beautiful woman that's coming to the event with me right now ends up being the only person that comes. How I present it to her is going to be everything. I'm literally going to be like, first of all, I'm going to know that it happened for a reason, right? Because that's what I believe. I believe things happen for a reason. And whether it was, my screw up or not, doesn't make any difference to me. I know that things work out exactly as they're meant to. I would literally just be like, girl, you are the luckiest girl. The universe is aligning in your favor because you have me all to yourself for 2 days. You're VIPing it. Let's go. I'm taking you out in the city and we're just spending 2 days together and we're going to just talk and do everything that you want to do. Do you think that person would care? Versus if I showed up and I was like, oh, like, I'm so sorry. This was supposed to be a group thing, but you were the only person that signed up. Or like, oh, you're the only one, so I'm not going to do it, blah, blah, blah. No way. We just look for what's good about this and what's epic about this, and we just present it that way, and we just actually enjoy the shit out of it. So she began to see that there's nothing that can go wrong. If I launch and do my best on a program and it flops, nobody knows. If only one person joins, I VIP them. If I run the mastermind and it doesn't work out, then I learn how to scale it to the next level. But what happened was all of a sudden, just like that, she did today's work today. And now tomorrow when she showed up, all of a sudden, like, okay, I worked through the pattern of not looking good enough. I worked through the pattern about the clothes. I worked through the pattern of what if my program doesn't sell? I worked through the pattern of not being good enough to be, run a mastermind. I told Mandy all these things. She gave me the feedback. I broke through those stuff. Now I show up and do this interview and boom, I get to present my mastermind to a whole bunch of people, a big, huge group of people. That's how it happens, guys. We do the work on our end. The universe will take care of the rest of it. God does the rest of the work, right? While we're sitting over here freaking out and doing all the work and doing our end of stuff, God's over there lining everything up for us and just waiting for massive breakthrough. And time is not relevant, right? Like she could have been doing this for week after week, for month after month, for year after year. And then all of a sudden she had like these things just start to click. She launches the mastermind. She does this. She hops on and all of a sudden she gets 6 brand new clients at a high end paying client. And all of a sudden she has a 6-person mastermind. Whereas 2 weeks before she was wondering if she was even going to sell her low end program. Like this is how it works. Time is not relevant. You don't have to worry about that. The work is for us to do our work. Hi, Gina. Nothing can go wrong. Hi, Morgan. Like, we just don't have to worry. Like, we can just relax, chill out, enjoy the ride, become who we want to become, say yes to the things that we feel called to being yes to, step into the crazy things that scare the crap out of us, and just know exactly what's meant to be is exactly what's going to happen. One of the other things I talked to her about was a story that I heard about someone. I'm not going to mention their name. I mean, like, I told her, but I'm not going to mention the name on here. This very high-level person, a friend of mine, well, a mentor of mine back in the day, joined his mastermind, and it was $100,000 for the year, and there was like 20 people, something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers of the story, but it was $100,000, and like 20 people joined his mastermind, and she was the only person that stayed, and everyone else like got really pissed off. And I remember when I heard that story, I thought, I'm gonna make mistakes, I'm gonna screw stuff up, I'm gonna accidentally not show up as big as I want to, but I'm never gonna piss off 20 people that paid me $100,000. Bet your ass I'm not gonna do that. And this particular person who did that is making $1 million a month right now and is out there crushing life all over the internet, right? Like, if he can handle that, I can handle anything, right? And that just made me feel better. I know it's a silly story, but it makes me feel better. You're awesome. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thanks, Morgan. So I just want you guys to have some insight onto that. I mean, like, this is the stuff that I watch happen every single day. And so I'm so blessed to consistently always just have faith that I know everything works out. And I know to be patient when shit's hard. And I know when I get called to do something, like I'm personally being called to do daily Facebook Lives, which I've already started doing. And I just decided if I'm going to take on the challenge and scale my business in life, I'm going to call everybody else to do it with me. Why wouldn't I? This is the standard. Let's go. Whoever's ready, they're going to step in with me. And as we show up and do this work today, it's going to be unbelievable, the opportunities that unlock as we go through and do this, because we grew into the human being who knew how to be seen, felt safe being seen by the world, worked through the patterns of how we look, and what if we don't know what to say right, or what if we fumble around and say things wrong, and what if I don't have something to sell right then, or the pattern of feeling like I'm a bad person if I'm selling consistently, or just all of these patterns that come up, and the organization of our life and the back end, so that we are actually facing whatever excuses that we've been using and working. And one of the most powerful things that happens that's exciting for me is any excuse that I have used in the past, sorry, that keeps doing that. Any excuse that I've used in the past to not show up, let's say for the daily Facebook Live, whatever I break through as I do it. So let's say you're in the Brave Facebook Live Challenge group, and 3 weeks in, you start having this excuse come up as to why you don't have to get on the Facebook Lives anymore. Anything that you break through in the group, through your business and through doing this work, you break through in life. Whatever excuse you're using to not show up on the Facebook Live in that current moment that we will work through in the group is the exact same excuse that you're using for the other shit in your life. Why you're not going to the gym, why, your diet is mayhem, why you don't spend that time with your kids that you really long to spend with, why you don't, go visit your friends or make time and room for friends, why you feel isolated, why you feel like whatever the pattern is, right? It's like whatever the other areas where you're longing to have breakthrough in this, it's the same excuse and the same pattern. It's the same brain showing up. It's the same patterning that's going on inside of your brain and your nervous system. So when we rewire this in the group, which it's designed and set up for you to be able to do that, you break through that same shit in your entire life, right? Like you take that with you. Wherever you go, there you are, right? Where you are one place, you are everywhere. That's the way it works. Okay, so that was it for tonight. I just really wanted to give you guys some insight into what happens on the back end and what I get to see every day and how incredible these human beings are. And it was funny because I was talking to a different client later on tonight, and she was talking about, I have such incredible people in my life, and I was like, girl, like attracts like. And it just blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I have so much respect and admiration for my clients, and they constantly blow me away, and the amount of bravery. I mean, this client I was talking to tonight just had both her parents die just a year apart. She just had a new baby, just went through a breakup, has multiple other children, is basically completely alone, taking care of everyone, plus dealing with her mother's estate who just passed away. I mean, just unbelievable amounts of stuff, just one after another, after another, after another. And yet here she is investing and moving forward in the business. And we were even talking about how, okay, here's another tiny little glimpse into this world. We were talking about, let's say an entrepreneur goes like everyone's worst nightmare. Let's just say your worst nightmare is you invest and invest and invest. You don't end up breaking through, and then you end up having to go bankrupt, right? That's that's like everybody's nightmare. Like, oh my God, if I failed, right? Like I failed. Do you know how many stories out there, we were laughing about this? I'm like, do you know how many stories out there of people who are massively, wildly successful entrepreneurs that are changing the world that went through multiple bankruptcies? Like, do you know that in the books, it's like, that's like a commitment. Like, I don't care how many bankruptcies I have to go through. I'm going to leave this impact, or I'm going to create this. Like, I'm going to make my vision happen. And we were laughing because I was like, could you imagine if you were like in a room full of normal people, like at Thanksgiving, and you'd start talking about that? Like, I'm willing to go through 7 bankruptcies just to make my dream happen, and how they would respond. And then if we're in a room full of millionaires and billionaires and we say the same thing and they're like, yeah, that's right. And they just completely get it. I'm like, these are 2 different worlds. It's just 2 different worlds. That's why we got to make sure that we're around people listening to this kind of stuff, having these kind of conversations around other powerful people who are headed where we're headed, because they're 2 completely different worlds, right? It is what it is. Oh my God. Okay, that is it. I just wanted to give you guys insight to that. The Brave Live Challenge kicks off Thursday. There's been a lot of really good questions that have been coming up. And I've answered some of them in my feed, but basically, like, everyone's like, well, I know I'm going to want to quit. Like, what do I do when I go to do it and I start quitting? What's the accountability? I 100% got you. Not only are you going to have accountability for showing up, but we almost actually are really looking forward to the moment when you are crapping out, because in that moment, you're going to hear loud and clear what excuse worked, and you're going to let us know, and we're going to rewire that pattern, and you're going to know how to do it, and you're going to hear the other people's excuses and what works, and we're going to rewire that so you have that breakthrough, not only to continue doing the Facebook Lives, but you're going to have that breakthrough in your life, but also you're going to know exactly how to recover. Like, what do you do when you fall on your face? Do you know how to bounce back fast? Do you know what your plan of action is specifically for this and in your business and showing up and having something to sell and really loving? Like, I love selling. Are you kidding me? Selling is this sacred act of clearing all the stuff out of your way so you can make the most empowered decision for yourself, no matter what that is. I don't care if you come in the Brave Facebook Lives or not. I don't care if you join my Diamond Mastermind or not. I don't care if you come to my live event or not. I would love to have you and love to see you. It'd be amazing. But ultimately, what I care about is that you take aligned action for you, that you're doing things that are in alignment with you. I don't care if it scares the shit out of you. If you feel a hell yes in your soul, if you feel called to this, if you know this will help you break through, I feel you have an obligation to take action on it. But I hold you as able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I just trust you. I trust you to get yourself across that finish line, to opt into the places, get yourself in the room, put yourself in the arena where you belong so you can do the work. And I know you guys are powerful, incredible people that will do that. So it's my honor to give you opportunity. Like, I don't know if this is the one that resonates with you or not, but I'm going to continue to give you choices so that when it does resonate, and like, it's like, this is my goal. My goal with sales is for, like, there's going to be a moment. Oh, I just got to make sure that I'm covered down here. There's going to be a moment when you have the maximum amount of bravery, right? Like, you can see it clearly and you have so much bravery. And there's a moment where I have an offer for you that matches with that. And my intention is to be consistent enough on you so that the moment when you have the most amount of bravery and power is the moment that you are met with an opportunity where you can leap. So whether it's me or it's someone else, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep creating those paths for people. So the second people are ready and brave and have the clarity and those blocks have been removed, that there's something there that they can leap into. Because, like Tony Robbins said, don't ever leave the scene of a breakthrough without taking committed action. And that means a decision means you've done something. It means you've paid, you've committed to it, you've told people about it, you've created the thing, like you've actually taken action to back it. So I love selling. How could I not? It's a sacred moment where you chose to believe in yourself and you're taking aligned action with yourself and you're out there living on the edge so you can expand and grow into the next human being. And it's just like, it's all things sacred. And my only work is to just clear the block so you can see it clearly and make that empowered decision and have clarity on what's right for you. What's not to love about that? That's like the greatest thing ever. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, this was a random riff. But I'm so excited about the Brave Life Challenge. If you're interested, if you have any more, sleeping blue eyes. I just got a cute text. If you have any more questions or you're interested in joining us, it's going to be amazing. And not only that, if you haven't heard about it, if you've been hiding under a rock, also in the Brave Life Challenge, we're going to be, me personally included. I think there's like 7 or 8. There's 8 or 9 of us right now in the group, and all of the people in the group will be commenting and engaging on your Facebook Live posts every single day. So you're going live every day, you're committing to that, you're working through any of the excuses and patterns that you have coming up. I'm going to teach you how to sell, I'm going to teach you how to use the equipment, I'm going to teach you how to make it super easy and enjoy it and love it and get people to engage. I'm going to teach you all the things that I use to go from 0 to 400K in 1 year. And then it's going to be consistently throughout the year. It's a commitment to do 365 days, but it's also a commitment to engage and comment on the other people in the group. It's going to be a small group. I'm keeping it small because I'm commenting, I'm committing just with you guys. I'm doing this with you. We're peers in this group. I'm just going to teach you everything that I know on Facebook Lives because it's my specialty. But yeah, it's literally, so what happens is now, because people are engaging, because you're going to have, commenting and engaging, first of all, your energy is going to shift. It's going to be a lot more fun. You're going to build lifelong friends. But on top of that, the algorithms on the back end of Facebook are going to start changing. So more of the people in your audience will start to see your Facebook Lives. So we can build a business platform. We can build a personal platform. We can build, Facebook groups. Literally, you can do multiple different, you can build multiple different platforms throughout the year. It doesn't have to be on the same platform every single day. Do you hear what I'm saying? So it's incredibly powerful. And when I was talking to one of my clients today, oh, thanks, Susan. My team dropped a link for some more information. I was talking to one of my clients today and I said, I just want to get online and I just want to be like, listen to me. If you're struggling financially in any single way and you're willing to be seen, that's it. End of story. Like, you need to get your ass in the Brave Life Challenge, because what is the number one power move that anybody on social media could do for any of for their business to make money? If you ask anyone in the field, what's the number one most powerful thing that you could do to make money right now? What would it be? Facebook Lives. Facebook Lives, Facebook Lives, Facebook Lives. And I'm also going to teach you guys how to repurpose your Facebook Lives, how to reuse the content in your Facebook Lives. Wait till you see how easy it is. You guys are going to love it. I'm going to help you set up other platforms when you do it. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. But what I'm saying, I was nervous to say this because I felt convincing, and I really don't believe in convincing anyone of anything. But it turned into just being out of integrity, not saying it. It felt out of integrity, not saying it. So what I want you to know is, if you're struggling financially, that stuff doesn't faze me. I don't need you to be on top of the world. Come in and scale your business doing this with us. Multiple 6-figure entrepreneurs doing daily Facebook Lives is absolutely going to scale their business. But if you're struggling financially, you really, really want to consider, can I trust myself to just make $333 a month? Because that's the investment on doing daily Facebook Lives with mentorship and support. Right? So if you're struggling financially, I want you to know that my heart is with you. I was the girl on welfare. I want you to hear my voice, and I want you to consider, can I trust that I can make back that $333 a month while I'm building this entire platform for my business? One of the most powerful platforms on the entire planet is doing Facebook Lives on Facebook. right? So I want people to understand and know the opportunity that this is and how much this is going to scale their business. And I want them to see the opportunity without any blocks so you can make an empowered decision. Just see it for what it is, nothing less, nothing more. Makes sense? So if you have any questions about that, or if you're feeling drawn to it and if you feel a hell yes in your soul, then make sure you PM me and I'll give you the information, or I'll give you guys the link to join us. We kick off on Thursday. Cool? Hi, Richard. I've been seeing you for a while, brother. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Have a fantastic night. Let me know if you have any questions at all, okay? Good night.